Hello everybody, I hope you are doing well. In this episode we are going to be finishing the house, starting the beginnings of the quarry, and building the storehouse. Now, you may have noticed I have full netherite gear and an elytra, and the house is technically already finished. I grinded netherite and went to the end on stream a few days ago, and some other things were planned for this episode in addition to building the house, like farming wither skeleton skulls.
I got a skull! I have a skull!
No way! No way! And excavating a trail rune for armor trims because I want to be dripped out. But if you haven't noticed already, the bitrate is absolutely awful. I didn't touch any settings in OBS and that just happened. I swear OBS just like has something out for me. Anyways, the only salvageable footage is from my alt account on my laptop while I was building one of the wings. So I'll hop into that time lapse now. Hey, editing Mason here. So that salvageable footage that I was just talking about, for some reason my editing software doesn't look for the file name specifically. It looks at the exact location that it is. So it's like if I move it to a different folder, it cannot find it. It linked it to this thumb drive that I use to transfer footage between my laptop and my PC. I was like, oh, I don't need this anymore. I have it on my PC now. No, I fucking don't. So that footage, it was a pretty fucking good time lapse too, is gone. It's all of the good footage that's just like, you know what, fuck you. You're not gonna get any good footage. So I really do apologize for all of the technical difficulties that have been happening these past couple of episodes, but thank you so much for sticking through them. Anyway, back to the actual video now. Bye. Alrighty. So here is the finished product. I know the time lapse was only of this wing. In the initial recording that didn't make it, I was gonna do like a little like jump cut, I guess would be the right term, and this would have just like poofed into existence. However, like I mentioned earlier, the bitrate didn't work out, so that got scrapped. So that's just kind of there now. But yeah, here's the final thing. Nether portal is in this tower, and then eventually I'm planning on putting a brewing room in the other tower, and I still don't know what I'm going to do with this one room on the second floor. So if you guys have any cool ideas, let me know in the comments. But like I mentioned in this episode, we are going to be building the storehouse and starting on the quarry. So I was streaming yesterday, and I was doing a lot of grinding because while the storehouse is going to be a lot of bulk storage, I needed bulk materials to build it. So it's a lot of wood because of the chests. So I needed like 30 stacks of, I needed 16 stacks of whatever, but I added that onto the spruce because, you know, you can get one of those like 2x2 spruces, and that harvests a lot of wood, so there's like close to 30 stacks of spruce, and then, 10 stacks of oak, but I still need the stone bricks. I got distracted on stream and started drafting out the castle that we're going to do on the one center island over there. So I was thinking that the quarry should go like over here somewhere. You know, nice and big. And then we could kind of probably just have like a trail that kind of like winds down eventually. That'll probably be maybe in the next episode where we actually start working on some infrastructure back and forth. Yeah, so I still need those 10 stacks of stone bricks, which I don't have a silk touch pickaxe, which means I need to do a lot of smelting. So I'm gonna grab those furnaces real quick. Alrighty, so I grabbed the 10 furnaces for 10 stacks, and I have enough coal to smelt exactly that amount. I am pretty much out of coal now, so that's going to be something I have to do off camera, is some coal mining. Hopefully we find some while we're actually starting the quarry. So we got that done. I'm gonna bring my alt account in real quick. Alright, while I was getting that set up and positioned, I went to the mob farm to heal up the tools. So as we make our way back, we should see my alt account join any second now on top of that dirt pillar. And you guys can actually get like the first look at him. He is quite observant. I'm gonna hop into a time lapse over up at that guy. I will see you guys in a bit. Alright, we got a bit of progress, not a whole lot. A lot of that was just getting grass out of the way before we got to the stone, but I've got the stuff smelting now. I just added an extra stack in case I needed it. I'm going to leave my alt on the server so he can render the furnaces while that stuff smelts, and I'm going to just go to the mob farm and heal my shovel because that alone almost killed an Unbreaking 3 netherite shovel. Alright, well that took a hot second because that thing is kind of slow. I think it'd be good to get a guardian farm going at some point, but that's later on the list. So I do know that the general footprint, which includes the overhang of the roof, is 23 by 33. I have it marked out here with torches. So basically, as at minimum, have everything squared out. Oh, that means I have to move my sugarcane farm too. Actually, there might be enough dirt in the farm over here. So I learned that on Bedrock, if you press and hold, you get that normal cutting animation, but if you click, it actually cuts faster. It's almost insta-breaking. It pretty much is insta-breaking, and I found that's really efficient. It's just kind of like the only trade-off is your thumb, or not your thumb, your finger gets sore. Okay, so to start us off, I'm gonna get the frames, which are composed of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically 6 tall pillars of stripped, followed by a 5 block space of stone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's on that, which means if I do it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay! Did it correctly. Sounded like it hurt. And now I'm going to finish up the rest of the pillars around the outside. Okay, now I have all the pillars laid out. Now they just need to be connected. have pretty much all of that done, so we can switch over to stone brick. Now, how this pattern goes is it's going to go like this. So yeah, this is the front and back walls are going to be about like 2 or 3 blocks thick technically because of this pattern. However, that's fine. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. I believe the backside is just. Is it just a flat wall? It is just a flat wall. 1, 2, 3, dot 2, 3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And now we build this up a little bit. So this storehouse, warehouse, whatever you want to call it, is manual storage. I was drafting up one that would have an auto sorter, but decided that it would be too bulky for just the enclose the sorting mechanism. So the reason why it is snaking like this is because I wanted to give the walls more depth. And so in order to do that, they needed to be like 2 blocks thick because they're going to have arches. So if I do this real quick. I can't reach it. There we go. And then if I were to top this off, basically everything but the middle front and middle back are going to look like this. So they have like little archways, and then I'll probably have some vegetation on those bottom 3. So I am going to do that real quick, as well as get food. Okay, well, I got some food in me. We don't have like any fucking sauce in this house for some reason. Like no mayo or like mustard. You know, it's like I made a wrap, and you know I was gonna do like turkey and then like mayo or even mustard if we didn't have mayo. We didn't have either of them. So I'm like, okay, guess I'm just eating a dry wrap with some pickles and turkey. And then I found leftover homemade pizza in the fridge, and I was like, ooh. And that was pretty good. Anyway, there's my unnecessary rant. Alrighty, I got the arches done, or most of the stonework done for the base. I am just a little bit short. This wall is 3 thick. I think that's just for alignment, and I guess I need to fill that whole section in too. I also have a lot of stone arches, so I think I probably just need to make my way back to the quarry. So I'm gonna, grab some more stone and work on that real quick. Now I've got the stone bricks. Didn't take very long to get what I needed, or to actually get this cobblestone. It's just the longest part of that was just waiting for it to smelt in the furnace. There we go, and now we have a giant rectangle. Okay, so now next thing I want to work on is putting in the floor. which is just a bunch of spruce planks. Alright, now that I've got the floor put in, it's starting to look a little more sophisticated. I'm going to have to make sure that this area is lit up really well because this is going to be an open concept. So this will be just open like this. So anyway, next, I'm going to throw all the grass in here. Throw the spruce back in here. And unfortunately, I think I'm going to need more stone brick. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this goes all the way across. Oh, I didn't do that correctly, shit. But this general layout and design was inspired by a big library that I did last season. Where basically where all the chests are now is kind of where the books were, but this was like a central corridor, stone arches on the bottom here, and then there were like a couple of stone arches going across this, and then the second floor would have been on either side with the stairs at the end. But yeah, the arches are an odd number, but the pillars are even. However, I am going to have to grab those stone bricks here soon. Okay, so I actually had a tad bit of stone in one of my chests. I also started smelting over there, so they're rendered. The other ones weren't rendered. So from here, I think it's like 4 or so arches. And then the rest is filled in, kind of right around where the stairs are. So it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think that's right, actually. And I think we'll have enough to finish off this section. And we did. There we go. So this is kind of what I meant. I might be able to get away with doing this. Actually, I'll do that another time, because otherwise that's going to throw me off when I'm trying to recreate this build from my test world. Okay. So now in theory, so it's 2 in. Okay, I'll have to fill that in with spruce. However, technically we can put the chests in now. So, I think I might do that, just to give you guys an idea on how many flippin' chests there's gonna be. I need a little bit of spruce. Actually, I need a lot of bit of spruce. Let's not go overkill right now. Oops. So real quick, let's fill in those gaps. I believe it was 4 high for everything. I didn't do the other side, I'm stupid. Let's see how many chests we can get with this. That's probably more than enough. And I'm aware I can't open these top ones right now. The math at least is easy for chests because it's like when going straight from the logs, it's just 2 logs per chest, so take whatever you have divided by 2, and that's how many chests you're gonna get. Which is how I needed, I think it was 16 stacks of logs. And now we have just enough. Oh, we're not, okay. The math at least is easy. Okay, so for the staircase, I actually do need dark oak, which I did not realize at the time. But I'm having a fucking stroke right now. I can do the top portion at the very least, which is more spruce. And then while I'm thinking about it, I should also get the slabs. I'll just turn these into slabs. So what is it? It's 2, 4, 6, so that makes 12. Wait, hang on. I did not do math correctly. What? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh, 12 times 4. That's 48. Whoops. Don't know what the hell I'm doing. I was right. I only needed 8. No, I needed 16. Throwback to, I think, last episode where I said I am sometimes really good at head math, and other times I struggle to do, what was it, 8 plus 7, which is 15. I know that. Now that we have that out of the way, we can actually put the planks down. I'm going to leave this whole backside unfinished because I am not quite sure off the top of my head how this is going to work. Now I'm gonna go... What? I'm gonna... Jesus. Polished andesite. Yes, that stuff. That looks pretty good. No. I think it's here. And then here. Yeah, that looks right. So I'm just gonna mark those out now. There we go. So yeah, I'll have stone arches going across here, and some. The next plan of action is going to be probably just doing the outside walls, which I will most likely bring my recording account back to do that. Oh man, I've hit the 2-hour mark on recording. And now I have to wait for those. Should have one left over. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it was only 7. Oh. Okay. Well, there's the top part done. Turn the rest into panes. Cool. So I only need stained glass for that front one. Of course, I might be able to just do without it, just for the sake of me being lazy. I think I'm gonna do that. There we go. Cool. Making progress. Anyway, there is more or less the finished product. I'm pretty proud of how this turned out. Anyways, if you made it this far into the video, why not leave a like? Feel free to subscribe or even share with your friends. The support is greatly appreciated. Thank you for making it to the end of this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.